Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since, I've sat in front of a camera and actually talked to you guys. I've made short form content, I've made other means of content, and I know that I've been lacking on this kind of content where I sit here and I talk with you guys about certain things. And for that, I want to apologize. Lately, I've been extremely burnt out. I've been busy with other projects. I've been busy working on other projects, trying to get other projects up in the air. This is what my life really is. A lot of it is sitting in front of a computer, calling people, emailing people, trying to get certain things going. It's not easy, but it's okay. And I do enjoy what I do, and that's why I still do it. Today, what I wanted to do was I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about something that I thought about the other day, and it was based off a clip that I saw, and I'll put the clip up here now.
I never ran from anything because I didn't have nobody to go to. I've always had that, where I'm going, home to get me, ain't nobody there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've always been in a situation where I'm forced to deal with it myself.
In that clip, it made me think. One of the reasons why I left Kitchener and moved to Mississauga was for the same reason. Well, number one, because I knew that there was more opportunity. And then number two, I needed to force myself into an uncomfortable situation for me to grow as a person. I knew that who I was and who I wanted to be were not anywhere close. It was one of the reasons why I moved. I needed to force myself into a situation where no one was there and no one was going to help me. And yeah, there are some good and there are some bad that come with it. But one of the best things that came out of it was I learned how to do things on my own. I've always been a very independent person. Even when I was a kid, I was always very independent, always very ambitious. But when it came to what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, I knew that I needed to push the boundaries of what I saw. And at the time, I was living comfortable, and I needed to be uncomfortable. And for that reason, it was one of the major reasons why I left. I had to force myself into a situation where I knew no matter what, I had to do things on my own. And for that reason, I think one of the downfalls was, yes, I did become very independent, where no matter what, even if I was in pain or something really bad was happening, I never went to anyone. It got to that point where I understood that I had family and I had friends that I could go to. But I had already put myself in a situation where I promised myself that I would get to a point where I would be proud of myself. And for that to happen, I guess a lot of it came down to doing things on my own. Now at 29 years old and having moved back to Kitchener with my wife, it's different. Now I'm having to relearn how to live with someone else, how to operate a life with someone else. It's one of those things where, they say the hardest thing to do is dropping everything you know so that you can relearn. And I've done that so many times in my life that sometimes I've forgotten to do that. And so now I'm at a point in my life where I'm now relearning how to live with someone else. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually, making sure that we're on the same wavelength. And even if we're not, that there is a sort of understanding. My job is my life. I've dedicated all of my life to my job and creating what I have. And so a lot of that also comes from being alone. That is why I wake up at 5 a.m. when no one is up. Because it's me time. It is time where I can just work and not have anyone around me. There's an understanding that at a certain time of day, people are going to be around me, and I have to be okay with that. I have to learn to be okay with that. And I've grown to be okay with that. One of the most beautiful things about the journey of being uncomfortable is learning that the human limitations that we put on ourselves are really just up here. And because of that, every time I've encountered something that I've thought as a limitation or an obstacle, I've gone back to my old way of thinking and kind of reached in and used that as a means to push myself more. But this time, I know that I do have people around me. I know these talks are different, but to be honest, I love talking to you guys, and I love kind of just putting my thoughts out there. So for now, I think I probably will continue to just put my thoughts out there. Once again, thank you guys so much for, tuning into this video or listening to it. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.